A/B testing sucks. It's one of those concepts people love to exaggerate the importance of and pretend that they've had way more success with it than they actually have. At best, suggesting A/B tests is a great way to try and sound smart in a meeting. And at worst, it's cargo cult science. The act of going into a test with a favored outcome in mind and cherry-picking data points to support that outcome. Split testing website changes rarely become a major success for a few reasons. The first reason is, true growth doesn't come from testing minor front-end elements like the size and color of buttons, or having a few trust symbols like testimonials on your website. Conversion lift comes from things that create real value. Core product changes, new functionalities, anything that makes it better for your customers. But what about those stories from LinkedIn and that marketing blog you follow that features case studies about how one simple change to their website resulted in wild returns? A few of these stories might be true. Most of them, however, are just people exaggerating the results of their inconclusive experiments, or marketing blogs trying to convey how easy conversion testing is in order to sell you in on something, usually an agency or A/B testing platform retainer. I couldn't find any relevant clips to go with what I'm talking about, so here are some AI-generated horses instead. Ultimately, no one is going to base their purchase decision on whether your CTA button was 5 pixels bigger and a brighter color. People convert because the product was better, the experience was smoother, the process was faster, the offer was more compelling, the prices were cheaper, and so on. The challenge is, however, that improving these more often will require back-end changes on your platform. Anything regarding product or service functionality, checkout, cart flows, etc., usually need a lot more cross-functional support from designers, engineers, product and UX teams to implement. This means that marketers require more work to rally support for their ideas, which is why many will simply chase the easier fish of front-end testing instead. The second reason why split testing rarely works is improving conversion rate is often not a net win. There is often a decline, a pull effect on other commercial metrics when conversion rate has increased. One easy example to illustrate for this concept are free shipping thresholds. If you change your free shipping threshold from, say, $100 to free, it's without a doubt going to lift conversion rate. But think about what else it's going to impact. Average order value, for one. More orders will skew to lower value. For e-com, lower value orders means you're paying a bigger portion of shipping versus margin for each order shipped. Yes, in this case, you've boosted conversion rate. The proud marketing manager announces to the team, "We've lifted conversion rate from 2.1% to 2.3%. Wow, we're going to get 10% more sales now." But something seems weird. Something doesn't look right. And it's not just this guy over here. What's even weirder is that despite conversion rate lifting 10%, revenue hasn't really moved at all. That's odd. Digging a level deeper, you find that AOV has declined around the same amount that conversion rate has increased. In the end, you've netted out the same commercial value to the business by increasing conversion rate, because AOV has declined in parallel. Another example of a misleading increased conversion rate is shortening checkout flows. Removing form fields from a checkout flow will generally improve conversion rate. But what else will shortening forms do? It will provide the sales and CRM teams with less data. Data that is often used to qualify and follow up with the database in order to drive more value from them. Similarly, in this case, you've traded making your forms simpler to lift conversion rate in return for lower quality customers. Of course, not all conversion rate increases have a negative impact on other commercial metrics. Some, of course, will be purely incremental without a decline elsewhere. Whether a new feature is pure upside or with potential downsides is simply a concept marketers and product teams have to be conscious of when split testing to make sure their A/B tests are delivering real incremental value. The third and final reason why A/B testing sucks is that sometimes it makes more sense to just go live. This may sound like a controversial statement on the surface. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we always be testing? The thing is, with the resources it would take to build and test an initiative that would move the dial on conversion rate, You need to be pretty confident on a positive outcome in the first place. The root point here being, split testing big initiatives almost becomes redundant, because to justify the resources building something big enough to impact conversion, you've typically already invested a heap of time into research and user testing to validate it. It's very unlikely that a change backed by solid research won't create some form of net business value. But do we really have to build the whole thing just to test it? Couldn't we just validate the change with an MVP? On the surface, building an MVP, a minimum viable product, sounds like a reasonable compromise for A/B testing. The issue is, however, the conversion rate performance of an MVP may not be an accurate medium for what the end-state final product may look like. To give an example why, let's use Jane. Jane is really confident that a new product page feature would lift conversion rate, and in order to get support from the product team to implement it, she needs to demonstrate to management that this feature would in fact lift conversion. So she proposes an A/B test. The thing is, in this case, there's no quick way to test whether the new product page feature would work before implementing it properly. An MVP for the product page feature in this scenario may not be feasible because A. MVPs are often not aesthetically designed to the same quality as the final live product, and B. MVPs are not typically engineered for performance. Load times and rendering are often an issue with MVPs for split testing concepts, usually loading in janky ways through a tag manager and slowing down page load time, all of which, of course, will negatively impact conversion rate. All this is not to say that A/B testing never works and is entirely a waste of time. There are, of course, use cases of successful A/B testing. There are probably people watching now who have ran genuinely useful incremental A/B tests. A/B testing simply sucks because they're often implemented unnecessarily in sucky ways. To close out this video and recap, A/B tests suck because 1. They're overhyped by people who want to come across more experienced and technical than they really are. 2. People misinterpret the true net value of improving conversion rate. Tests should ideally only be ran when there is only a pure, clean metric upside, or where these is very precise unit measurement of any other metrics that may be negatively impacted. 3. Skip the MVP. Skip the pre-launch testing. With the level of effort you need to put into building something valuable, you ideally would have already done the research to validate the proposed change in the first place. A/B testing often only slows down the business from that point, which leads into the next point. Finally, the fourth reason is product teams can't move fast while being bogged down testing every single step of the way. 1 in 10 times they may be wrong on their research and intuition. Those other 9 in 10 times, however, they moved fast. They reaped the benefits quickly, which wouldn't have happened if they spent days, weeks, or months A/B testing every minute change. Thanks for watching. If you love A/B tests, like and subscribe. If you hate A/B tests, like and subscribe too.